Guys, having an amazing Monday. I am doing my best this week to get back on track. And today we're going to be talking about the 70 days of prayer. But today I'm praying for your wisdom. And we're going to talk about what's the difference. Hey, Flash Today. Hey, Shot Parks. Hey, Ken Wayne. Hey, Nubian Transcendent. Hey, the Coupon Genius. Welcome back. We're going to be talking about the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Hey, Adrian. Good morning, Dana. Good morning, Charlene. A lot of you have knowledge. Good morning, Patricia Bonner. But you got to ask yourself, do I have wisdom? And there's a difference. We're going to talk about it. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Audrey. Congratulations on your new book. You should have told me you had a new book out. Center Beauty has a new book out. Shout out for her. Hey, Marissa. Hey, Patrina. So let's talk about knowledge versus wisdom. Because when I think Solomon was like 12 or 13 years old and King David had passed away and King Solomon was asked to lead the country, he was afraid. I'm about to get deep real early now. So if you haven't shared the broadcast, thank you, Charlene, for sharing. If you haven't shared the broadcast, make sure you share it. Thank you, Michael. Hey, Maggie. King Solomon was scared because he felt like he didn't have the wisdom to lead the people. Let me tell you why that's so deep. Some of you are afraid of your next level because you don't have the wisdom of the next level. Thank you, Tilwanda. Good morning, Malakashis. Good morning, Kim Yancey. Does this sound familiar? Good morning, D. Morris. Good morning, Fontenise. How many of you are afraid of your next level because you don't have the wisdom of how to make it to the next level? Hey, Darius. And so King Solomon was afraid because he's like, man, I don't know how to manage all of these people, right? Hey, Unforgettables Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta on March 8th. Darius, I hope you'll be there. Good morning, Dolores. How many of you are afraid of your next level? Good morning, sister to sister Beauty. Because you don't have any knowledge of it, or you don't know how to get there, or you don't know what to expect. Good morning, Glam Girl Trees 30, when you get there. Good morning, Starland. Thanks for sharing. And so King Solomon said, look, Lord, if you was to give me anything, and the Lord asked him, he said, which one, Solomon? He said, one of Lux cases, Lord, if you was to give me anything, give me the wisdom to act right with these people. And because he asked for wisdom and not money and not women and not a lot of foolishness, he ended up being arguably, good morning, Natika, the richest man that ever lived. They say he made Bill Gates look like he get a check from McDonald's, right? We get ready to talk about this. It's going to get deep. So, knowledge versus wisdom. A lot of you have knowledge, but you don't apply it. And knowledge, thoughts, whatever, when not applied, equal nothing. It is not the knowledge. It is the application of the knowledge that makes you wise. Can I tell y'all a quick story? Can I tell y'all, and this is a true story. This is a business story, right? Thank you, Bernicia. This is a business story. I had somebody, Darius, you'll appreciate this. I was on a discovery call with somebody talking about their needs in their business. And they said, I need to take an email marketing class. I said, okay, email marketing, that's cool. Everybody needs email marketing, right? I don't personally teach email marketing. I teach you how to grow your list. But I don't necessarily teach direct email marketing. Okay, that's cool. And they said, I want to take it from a particular individual whom I know. And so that made me say, wait a minute. wait a minute. Hey, Vashal, the particular individual that they were going to take an email marketing course from only sends about 4 to 5 emails a year. And only when they have something to sell. So I said, wait a minute. Good morning, Vanessa. How you see knowledge versus wisdom? Knowledge versus wisdom. How are you going, and this applies to any of you, stop yoking up with folks. And even the Bible says you will know the tree by its fruit. If somebody is telling you that they're going to sell you some apples, good morning, Shawana, and it's clearly oranges hanging up from that tree, just because it sounds good, good morning, Andrea, coming out their mouth, does not mean that you engage in that. Hey, Liz, knowledge versus wisdom. Just because they have the knowledge of how to do it, if they're not applying it in their own business, what would make you think that they can teach you how to apply it in your business? Good morning, Sir Lennox. So at some point, the application of knowledge also applies to not only wisdom, but discernment as well. See, because we're going to have to stop acting, AKKING, like we didn't know no better. We got to stop acting like we didn't see the signs. We got to stop acting like he wasn't a fool when you married him. We got to stop acting like you thought that job was going to give you an increase. See, we got to stop acting like we didn't know our children were sneaking out at night. Discernment. We got to stop acting like we didn't know our man was cheating. See, certain things you just know. And you don't need no proof. How many of you guys just know when your children up to no good? Say me. How many of you know when you can walk in a room and the atmosphere in the room tells you that your children is up to some tomfoolery? Don't ask me how I know. I just know. See, back before it was illegal, we used to get whoopings for that. I'm just going to be honest this morning. Back before folks was calling 911 on you, we used to get, if our mama or our grandmama walked in the room and there was a sense of suspect, everybody got a whooping. Good morning, She Bakes. Everybody got a whooping. Because if you wasn't guilty, you knew about it, and you was just as guilty. Because again, there goes that thing again. If you know about an injustice and you do nothing about it, you're just as guilty as the person who caused the injustice. Those folks that sat there and watched Hitler slaughter all those Jews, just as guilty. If your ancestors didn't have no slaves and didn't agree with slavery, but didn't do anything to stop it, just as guilty. So at some point, we got to say to ourselves that if we're not applying our knowledge enough for our discernment to kick in, we may as well not have the knowledge. Knowledge versus wisdom. There's a difference. Let me tell you something. Knowledge versus wisdom. You know better, but you don't do better. Knowledge versus wisdom. You know that particular actions cause you to have distress, hardship, stress, but you don't fix the root cause, right? whether it's not earning enough money. You know that living paycheck to paycheck is eventually going to cause you stress, but you don't fix the root cause. You know that associating with certain individuals is not reciprocal. You going to do for them and they ain't going to do for you. And so, but you don't fix the root cause. You know that when you spend your money a particular way, it's going to leave you with a deficit, but you don't fix the root cause. So there's a difference from knowing better and doing better. And you're not, they say lack of knowledge is no excuse to the law. Just because you don't know about a law does not give you this excuse to break that law. So you got to ask yourself every single day when you wake up, am I in the search for knowledge or am I in the pursuit of wisdom? Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, LaDavia. I'm gonna ask you again because it's difficult. Am I in a search for knowledge? Because some of y'all go from broadcast to broadcast. Good morning, Pastor Shaletta. And you pick up all this knowledge, right? You pick up all this knowledge, but you don't do a thing with it. Because it's just knowledge. And until you take the action to do something about it, that's when it becomes wisdom. Right? So, a lot of times, good morning, Karen, you're not confident in what you're doing because you lack either the knowledge or the wisdom. So the question becomes, what are you going to do to fill in the gaps? You guys have got to stop blaming other people for your lack of success. You know what, She Bakes? I don't think that there are a lot of lazy people. And keep in mind, Coach personally deals with 20 to 25,000 plus people a year. I don't meet that many lazy people. I meet a bunch of scared people. And because they're scared, they don't want to, they buy snake oil. Let me tell you what you do. So some other coach tells them, oh yeah, it's a few of them She Bakes, but the majority of people, they work hard. So you get with the coach that tells you, I'm going to show you how to set this up and it's going to be easy. And because you're afraid of the hard, you don't apply your knowledge, cultivate the wisdom that lets you know anybody that tells you getting out here in these internet streets and making 100,000, 500,000, or $1 million is difficult. You don't want to listen to that. You want a silver bullet, and it doesn't exist. Whatever route you go, tell them, Liz, to build your business, it's going to be difficult. So if you get hooked up with somebody that tells you it's going to be easy, maybe your spirit of discernment was overridden by your yearning for this to be easy. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But yes, Solomon was a trillionaire. Let me tell you something else about knowledge. This is going to impact everybody here. And I'm going to be sending out an email later today about some different times that I'm doing some special sessions. Why you're not getting paid as a speaker, why you're not getting paid as a coach, why you're not getting paid as an entrepreneur. 3 different sessions this week to kick off March. Our theme for March is everything is coming up green. And green is a color of renewal. Look at your neighbor and say, I need some new stuff. Green is not only the color of money, green is the color of life. Green is the color of freshness. Green is the color of health. So for the month of March, everything is coming up green. And it's not about luck. is not about a four-leaf clover. It's not about that. It is about the applied knowledge that becomes wisdom. So are you looking for knowledge, or are you in the pursuit of wisdom? And I'm going to tell you something that impacts almost everyone here. Every single one of you have at least enough knowledge that if applied could sustain you without a job for the rest of your life. Somebody gonna say, "No, coach, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing." Everybody here has enough knowledge in some subject that if applied, that wisdom will sustain you for the rest of your life. But you know what you don't want to do? You won't make the investment to learn how to turn your knowledge into wisdom that creates revenue. I'm going to repeat that again for the cheap seats. And one thing I like in the Bible is that not only was Solomon knowledgeable, and not only did other people seek him out for his knowledge. Watch this, Falash, today. Not only did other people seek him out for his knowledge, other people paid him greatly for that knowledge. Good morning, Jennifer Inspires. Did y'all catch that? Not only did people seek King Solomon out for this knowledge, but in every single one of you have some type of knowledge that if you learn how to package it and present it correctly, hey Davina, the world will pay you for your knowledge too. And they paid him greatly. Do you know that no one, absolutely no one can tell you how much to charge for your knowledge? I don't think y'all are listening. Good morning, Natasha. Do you know that if I say I'm going to teach a shoe tying class and I'm going to charge $5,000. Good morning, Brown Sugar. Hey, sis. $5,000 for this shoe tying class. Folks can talk about me, but all I need is about 5 people. I'll be in Dallas on March 1st, this Thursday. All I need is about 5 people to say, you know what? That girl got something over there with them shoes. I'm finna go over there. And do you know someone somewhere will pay? But because a lot of you don't have one or 3 things. Either you don't have the faith in yourself, either you don't have the confidence in yourself, or you don't have the wisdom to convert your knowledge to revenue. And you refuse to invest to learn how. Now I'm going to ask you, which one are you? 1, 2, or 3? You either don't know what you have. That's number 1. You know you have something, but you're not confident in it. That's number 2. And number 3, you know you have something, you confident, but you have yet to invest to figure out how to turn your knowledge into wisdom. Are you 1, 2, or 3? Put a number up. Number 1 is I don't know. Or I don't think I have something. Number 2 is I know I have something, but I'm scared of it. And number 3 is I got something, but I ain't put no money into figuring out how it's going to pay me. Hey, Adrian. And at some point, I'm going to go back to this. When are you going to get tired? Because it only happens when you get tired. When are you going to get tired of not converting your knowledge and your wisdom to revenue. And nobody can get tired for you guys. Listen, I'm going to be placing calls today for those of you who are tired about how you can join my upcoming program. If you go to bit.ly/smcall with DW, bit.ly/smcall with DW, and you can get a call from me today. You can inbox me on Facebook. I'll call you. I'll call you right now. But you've got to make a decision that you're allowing your knowledge to go to waste because you won't monetize your next level. bit.ly/smcall with DW. There's a link there. You can schedule a call or you can inbox me. Shoot, you can tweet me. You can send me a smoke signal. So V, that's what I do as a business coach whose bottom line is to help you improve your bottom line. I help you learn how to package all of it, whether it's the speaking, the writing, the coaching, the business building. It doesn't matter, because what you fail to realize is until you package it, learn how to promote it, learn how to price it, it is going to waste. It's going to waste. So you got to say to yourself, look, how much more time am I going to waste trying to figure out this thing by myself? And while you're wasting time, guess what, fam? You also wasting money. Good morning, Sonia. Why do you think you're here? You're not here on accident. You are here on assignment. And you got to say to yourself, when am I going to accept my assignment? You're not here on accident, friend. You didn't just stumble upon my broadcast contrary to popular belief. You're here on assignment. But listen, Lola Black. Y'all know what it is. Hey, Felicia, good morning. At some point, thank you, Damaris, SM call with DW, not BBW. I know I'm a BBW now. I know I'm a BBW. But SM call with DW. And here's the thing, too. You got to say to yourself, if you're saying you're tired of inconsistent revenue. So I have knowledge, right? Look at your neighbor and say, you know. Look at your neighbor and say, you know. I have knowledge that I am tired of inconsistent revenue. It's not a surprise for me. I'm not guessing. I don't just think I'm tired. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am tired of inconsistent revenue. That's knowledge. It doesn't turn into wisdom until you take action. And at some point, you got to say to yourself, I'm tired of knowing, but not addressing it. And in the banking industry, we call that willful blindness. Let me go back and get some jargon on you. Let me go back and get some bank jargon. In the bank industry, we call that willful blindness. And what willful blindness is when you see an atrocity, an illegal action being committed, and you do nothing about it. So a lot of you are practicing willful blindness in your own life. And you're willfully blind to the fact that if you could address your own issues, my friend Darius got a credit company called Above 701. If you don't make a deliberate action to fix your credit will not be fixed. Is this a true story? Look at your neighbor and say true story. Your credit will not be fixed automatically. There is no such a thing If you're tired of inconsistent revenue in your business until you take action, tell them, Darius, you'll be in the 500s in the credit for the rest of your life. So when you're tired of inconsistent revenue, you got to say to yourself, there's something that I don't know. Everybody else making money. Everybody else getting paid. Everybody else driving big cars. Everybody else sowing big seeds. So at some point you got to say to yourself, I don't know what I don't know. And my failure or inability to get help to solve what I know is a problem, is a lack of wisdom. See, it's deep today. A lot of that fear that you fear, that fear that you feel, that's a lack of wisdom. Even Solomon was like, man, hey, Lynn, I'm scared to be the king. He wasn't necessarily afraid. He was afraid because he lacked wisdom. So here, the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court, and my challenge to you is this time, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, don't still be saying, I'm tired of inconsistent revenue if you've done nothing to fix it. And if you want to know my suggestions, get on my calendar. I miss you, Cheryl. I am so sorry I missed you yesterday. I had an extended visit with my mom. I thought I would be home before 2 p.m., but I wasn't. And I didn't want to call you outside the block. But if you're serious, go to bit.ly/smcall. Damaris says she's scheduled already with DW. Inbox me your phone number. When you're available, I'll call you. But don't keep complaining about things that you have an opportunity to fix. Knowledge versus wisdom and revenue. Precious, you better say that. Precious said, and don't give negative opinions when the people who did invest start getting results. I love it when Darius posts on his page how somebody went from 550 in a credit score to 730, 740. Why did they get results? Because they got tired of inconsistent credit and they decided to do something. See, nothing happens without a decision. Amen? Nothing happens without a decision. Oh, no problem, Monique. I was just telling Cheryl that. And Monique, if you want to inbox me, we can still talk today. Not a problem. My mom's in the hospital too, baby. So when the people, don't be mad at the people that got up off their assets and improved their credit, and now they buying houses and cars. Don't be mad at the people that got off their assets and signed up for my course, and now they buying houses and cars. Everybody has a choice. And you got to make wise choices. And I've got a yearly course where you can get 5 classes for as little as $59 a week investment. Follow Darius Cooks, I Am Her I. He'll help you get your credit fixed. So you can't even make the excuse that I can't afford. Because to me, if you can't invest $59 a week in your business, you need to fold up your business right now. You need to close your shutters, disband your LLC, retract your DBA, close your business check. I mean, at some point, you're either going to make this thing work or you're not. Chantel, you know I ain't playing. Because you're going to either do it now or later. And heaven forbid you in ministry. You cannot keep ministering to the world for free. T.D. Jakes don't do it. Joel Osteen don't do it. Joyce Myers, Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn, none of them are out there ministering to the world and struggling. So again, hey T, there you go with that lack of knowledge. And then when I reach out to you, you like, Coach, I'm good. If you don't always have a coach on your team, you have a problem. And that's just not me as a coach saying that. That's something I always do. I always invest in coaching. I always invest in my next level. So when you see my elevation continue, don't be mad. When I said you can get you some for $59 and you'd rather get your hair and them powder nails than fix your credit or fix your life. Knowledge versus wisdom. Darius, say something. So she say, Mr. Cook, say something, please. Darius, say something so she can follow you. So at some point when you get really tired, and I say this all the time, people invest in what's important to them. Go to above701.com, baby. People invest in what's important to them. And when it becomes an emergency, you'll do something different. Knowledge versus wisdom. Knowledge versus wisdom. So again, bit.ly/SM, S is in Sam, M is in Mary, call with DW. Schedule you some time with me, but if not, and I come back 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, some of you been watching me a year and still in the same spot. Darius, can I ask him? Can I ask him what the Lord asked the man by the pool of Bethesda? Do y'all know this story? You know one of my favorite stories in the book. You know the book full of stories because he don't want you to miss it. He don't want you to miss the lesson in between the words. And see, sometimes we be hooked on phonics, right? Even though reading is fundamental, we not really good at reading. So, because he know we like picture books and we not too good at reading, he said, let me tell you a story so you don't miss it. And it was a man, and he was crippled. Whatever you call it nowadays, the politically correct. He was mobily challenged. He was disability, whatever you call it nowadays. But low key, he couldn't walk too good. I'm gonna break it all the way down so nobody get caught on my pros, right? Yep, Gail, and if you don't know where to start, you got to get a starting point. So yeah, you can. I don't want nobody to get caught on the particulars. But for 38 years, he stayed by the pool of Bethesda. Now, it was said that the pool of Bethesda was healing waters. So he was trying to get from the sidewalk, the curb, up to the pool. 38 years? See, that's some of you. You say you want the next level. But for 38 years, you have sat there. Somebody say, ouch. You say you want more. But for 28 years, you have sat there. You say you're sick of your credit being bad and you're sick of your wallet being empty, but yet you sit there. Now, y'all know Jesus don't be playing, right? You know Jesus don't play no games. So when he walked by the man, I guess the man thought Jesus was going to feel sorry for him. Because the man said, I've been sitting here 38 years and won't nobody help me to the pool. Jesus looked from the curb to the pool. And I'm sure Jesus would think what I was thinking. Bruh, in 38 years, you could have used your tongue to crawl over there. In 38 years, if you just threw yourself an inch a day to get up, but you sat. And the Lord told him to pick up your mat and walk. And the Lord also asked him, do you want to be well? Do you want to be healed? Do you want change? Do you want to walk? Do you want better credit? Do you want to stop living from paycheck to paycheck? Do you want? Come on now. Do you want some zeros in your bank account? Do you want a bigger house or bigger car? See, it's easy to say you want it, but like Drake said, it's way more people that want it than people that have it. So at some point, you got to point that finger that you point, and everybody else is the reason you ain't got it. You ain't got it because your boss won't give you a raise. And you ain't got it because your husband don't understand. And you ain't got it because your children act a fool. And you ain't got it because your boss won't give you an increase. And your co-workers are backstabbers. You got to take, and my mama didn't teach me no better. And my daddy treated me bad. And my sisters don't love me. And my brothers are horrible and lazy. And you better take every finger that you done pointed out there, and you better turn that finger back around and point it at yourself. And tell yourself, self. Look at your neighbor and say, self. Self, I have sat here. I have sat here while Darius got paid. While Danielle got paid. While Felicia Day got paid. While Chanel got paid. I sat here. And I did nothing. I had more than the opportunity. I had more than the revenue. I had more than the prosperity. But I couldn't get my feet to move. And it all boils down to, how bad do you want it? I don't want to get up every morning. I don't want to work late every day. I don't want to miss time with my children. I don't want to be away from Troy. But at some point, my destiny, my purpose, my gifts, my talents, my sweat, my tears, my sweat equity, my elbow grease, at some point, I got to use it to take care of me. As hard as you work for everybody else in the world, if you was to work that hard for yourself, in 5 years, you'll see $1 million. Stop me when I'm lying, Darius. That same way you try to beat your boss to work and stay later than your coworkers. That same way that if your friend have an idea, you beat them there and you stay late. That same way you show up at church, even when church ain't open, sowing all your seeds into the kingdom. That same way, if you would ever to do it for yourself, for any decent amount of time, you'll see $1 million within 5 years. If you don't, I mean, with no help, I'd be very surprised. There you go, Lori. Lori said, I got to show up for me. I got to show up for me. I got to show up for my bank account. I got to show up for my generational wealth. I got to show up for my legacy. But you missed the part, Darius. Darius said every seed planted yields a harvest. The only thing you missed, Darius, was good ground. Look at your neighbor and say, good ground. See, we got to stop planting seeds in thorny ground. We've got to stop planting seeds in rocky ground. We got to stop planting seeds in dry ground. We got to stop planting seeds. Y'all don't hear me. You don't hear me. Every seed planted in good ground yields a harvest. Some of y'all are out there just throwing your seeds out at random and you're not checking the dirt. Hashtag check the dirt. I said it this time last year. Hashtag check the dirt. Are you sowing seeds in good ground? Good morning, lawyer girl. Or are you just planting? You better check the dirt. You better check the dirt. And stop complaining. We all have the same capacity for revenue. We all write checks out of the First Savings and Loan run by the Holy Ghost. There's a word. There is a word. It says, according to your faith. So when you don't believe in yourself or your harvest, and your harvest is exceedingly small, you ain't got nobody to blame but you and your faith. You grow a harvest and you got a bumper crop, it's because you put seeds in the right dirt. At some point, go ahead, Lisa. At some point, you got to say to yourself, I can't stay here no more. I got to move. Whether it's your credit, whether it's your finances, whether it's your mindset, your psyche. You got to move. You got to move. You got to use your discernment and you got to trust the Lord. He didn't bring you this far to leave you. That's for true. That's for sure. Stop pointing fingers. Stop pointing fingers at folks. Yeah, I know Facebook is acting up. I think it's back online now. But I tell you what, Facebook couldn't handle. They couldn't handle the truth. So I'm going to get out of here because I got a million things to do today. But I'm going to leave you with this. Until you get mad about your current situation. And I've always said this. MAD is an acronym for make a decision. Until you get mad about your current situation, nothing is going to change. Until you get mad that the dealership won't approve you for a new car, you ain't got no reason to fix your credit. Until you get mad that you don't have enough cash for emergencies. So guys, if you want to discuss what to do once you get mad, go to bit.ly/smcall with DW. Inbox me, send me your number. Let's talk about it today. bit.ly/smcall with DW. Only the serious callers. Please, don't waste my time with shoulda, woulda, couldas. Because, see, I'm not that man by the pool of Bethesda. I do want to be made whole. I do want to heal. True story. So, guys, the rest of the world, your abundance, your next level is all waiting on you. Let me know how I can help you. If not, keep sitting on your greatness and see what happens. Love you, fam. I will definitely be back later. You guys have an amazing day. You're welcome, sis.